Hey everybody, welcome to Start a List with Carol and Stacy. I'm Stacy,
I'm Carol.
and it is officially summertime.
Yoo! It's hot
It's
too.
hot and I'm sick of the rain. That's all I want to say.
Muggy. I know it makes it humid, but
The sun is shining today though for right now.
the flowers are going to be beautiful.
I get these gross mushrooms in my yard when it rains a lot. Do you get those?
That's kind of funny.
Well, I go out and pick them because they gross me out, and I don't want the dog getting into them.
Oh, for sure, because you don't know if
Well,
they
I don't know what
probably
it
are
is.
poisonous. Yeah.
Well, it would be my luck.
Oh, Lord. Um, well, do we have anything crazy that's been going on this week? Our reoccurring moment of anything? I'm still
You're still cleaning out.
I'm still cleaning out, and Dad still has groundhogs. We have a trap set, and the groundhog is sitting on the rail right above it, just getting a good suntan.
I mean, nothing. I already told you this because I got annoyed. I've had to go to the doctor a few times and I'm still waiting to get some more information, but I had to go get this ultrasound of what I thought was my lower leg. Anyway, to make a long story short, it was my entire leg from my hip area down. And they were like, "Are you wearing underwear?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And I guess I thought they were only going to look at my lower leg, not the whole thing, which was fine. So I get up on the table and I'm just sitting there in my undies and my top, and she didn't offer me a sheet or a blanket or anything. And I was just laying there. I'm like, oh, this is weird.
A
And
little awkward.
yeah, so I was annoyed. I called Carol. I was like, why does that make me so mad? Like, she could have at least offered me a towel, if nothing else.
I don't know. Well,
So
maybe they're trying to save money.
I
by
guess
not
they'll cut their
offering-
laundry bill down.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, I'm whatever. I've
Well,
been
I have
busy this week. I have worked out a couple times.
I was about to say, I have a shout out to Stacy Tanner for working out. She's been officially going to the gym and working out, and all I've done is roll the trash to the end of the street here.
Well, I'm going to tell you, it has been humbling. Okay. So, for those of you out there, I joined kind of like a community center in our area, and it's got pools and all this, but they offer classes that are included with your membership. And I think I mentioned before that my mom has gone to a couple of them. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to go try it out. So I've been to
Yeah.
two different ones, and it's mostly women of a retired age and much older. And I'm like, and everybody
fun.
can move at what they're comfortable with or what their body
Right.
can do, right? There's nobody. I
Right.
went to a class one time, this lady was hollering. I was like, calm down. So I'm trying to push myself because I'm like, if these women who are probably 80 something years older in here doing it, surely you can do it. So,
Well, they started at your age, so now
well,
their stamina has built
well,
up. So.
I found out that I've got some blood flow issues in one of my legs. So it's been very motivating. I'm like, I've got to start taking better care of myself, blah, blah, blah. I'll know
Well,
more
I'm
about that
proud
when
of you.
well, thank you. But I was the other day, I was like, okay, the instructor who's probably older than me, she had those little step things out, that you step up on.
Oh,
I
yeah.
didn't use it last time. And so I'm like, okay, I'm going to use it. Let me tell you, that was Monday. I sat around yesterday. I could barely move. My body was like, woo. And so
Yeah. My first thought when you said step is trip. I
well,
would be like, I will trip over this thing. I used to do the
oh yeah,
jazzercise thing. where
it's
we
not
would
bad.
do-
It's mainly just carefully stepping up. She's like, it's so we can keep strengthening our legs to help us go up and down stairs. But one of my knees has been bothering me. I'm just falling apart from the waist down, apparently. And
I am too.
but I tried tomorrow. I'm going to go back and do the little. I like that one better. It was less cardio. It's a little muscle move and mind or something. I don't know.
Oh, nice.
Me and the ladies in there are working out.
Yeah, you are. But I'm
It's
very
hotter than
proud
heck
of
in
you.
there. Well, thank you.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, I'm still
it's
eating all
hard.
the time, but baby steps.
Well, I mean, that's right. That's right. Well, this is useless info. I bought this really expensive road lip gloss
Okay.
I'll put it on. I'm like, do I look like Hailey Bieber
I don't know what
wearing
that
it?
is. I've never heard of it.
It's Hailey Bieber's cosmetic
Oh.
line. So I thought I'm gonna try it. Well, I love it. So I had it in my pocket at work the other day, and I came home and you and I filmed,
Mm-hmm.
and then it disappeared.
Oh
And I
yeah.
told my daughter, I said, I have used that 2 times and now I've lost it. She was like, Mom, I said, I've looked all over the car. I've looked everywhere it should be. Well, no, it's sitting right here by the computer where I filmed
Where'd you
last
buy
week.
that?
I bought it online at
Oh, you
rode.com.
didn't buy it like at Sephora or anything.
No, I don't know if they carry it, but it's
I
very
loved Tarte makeup, and I get this bag every year they do where you get like 7 items, like super discounted, right? It's like 200 something dollars worth.
fun.
But I got this new lip oil from them that I really like because it's
Yeah,
not drying. I've had lip oils that are drying. I don't like it, but
this says peptide lip tint. So whatever
ooh,
it is, it's
fancy.
very.
Peptides are in right now.
Oh, okay. Well, then I'm in. Something else I'm very in with. I think I'm going to start trending, see if I can start a trend about how varicose veins are very sexy and people are
Oh,
jealous and everybody wants them. So, yeah, I'm getting ready to go to the beach in a couple of weeks. So
oh,
I'm going to
girl, you'll
be.
be fine. There's all kinds at the beach. Trust me. You'll feel great about
Well,
yourself when you
hopefully
come back.
I'll come back with some good content.
Well, that's a good segue into what we're going to talk about today, the beach, because it's
Yes.
mostly fun to go to the beach when it's nice and warm outside, and it is
Yeah.
very warm and it's summertime. So we had
Mhm.
talked about just summer memories, things that we remember from summer as kids or things we remember doing with our kids. And so we had a
Yeah.
little chat about it the other day. So today, guys, we are going to start a list about summer and all the fun things you do in the summertime.
Yes. Speaking of swimming, we'll start with swimming.
Okay.
Um, it's so funny to me how I guess somebody's grandmother or the American Heart Association or somebody came out that you got to wait 15 minutes after you eat before you get back in the pool. You would think that we were at Filene's wedding sale. We would sit on the edge of that thing of the pool.
Wait to
And
get
we'd
till your
have
time was up.
yeah,
Yep.
wait till our 15 minutes. We'd have our feet in like we were really getting away with
Yep.
something. But
Same. Oh, the good old
yeah,
days. We went
yeah.
camp. What my dad's mom and dad had a camper, and one time they took us, me and the cousins, just down by Opryland to that campground.
Oh,
We
nice.
were
Yeah.
kids, and it was the same thing. I guess she fed us, and then we were not allowed. I mean, she was timing it. We could
Yeah.
not get back in the pool. I don't know if
And,
you were going to
and
get a major cramp. What actually was going to happen if you got in the pool after you ate?
I mean, I'm sure it's a thing, but we
No way. We
never
would eat
know.
funnel cakes at Natural Shores, and the kids
Well,
would go right back on a water slide. Are you kidding?
well, we may never know because we
We
always
didn't do
followed
it.
the
We followed the
15-minute
rules. No, we
rule. That's
did.
right.
That's
Yeah.
funny.
But you were
Speaking of
talking about,
swimming, oh, go ahead.
yeah, the hotel. Go
Well,
ahead.
I just have memories. We were chatting and I loved it. I mean, what kid doesn't love to swim, right? And so we didn't, we would go swimming in the summer and all this stuff. But I remember just on vacation, some days you'd spend in the pool, but a lot of times on vacation, you were out doing other things or sightseeing
Mhm.
or whatever you do on vacation. And so sometimes you
Feeding the
could,
buffalo
yeah,
or whatever.
yeah, you could talk your mom and dad, who are probably dog tired and ready to go to bed, into night swimming,
But
which
you
to
had
me
a
was,
nap. You had a nap. See, they're
well, yeah, but
exhausted, but you had a nap.
they're like, golly, these kids. But I can remember just night swimming at a hotel on
Mhm.
vacation, like an outdoor pool. I don't mean an indoor pool that you can do
Uh-huh.
anytime. I mean,
Yeah.
in the summer, you're out there at night, the pool lights are on, and
Yeah.
I thought I was doing something big.
Yeah. And you always swam up to the light and like it
Uh-huh.
was real
And
cloudy
your
because of the
parents are just like, just give
chlorine.
them 30 minutes. They'll get it out of their system. And then it's freezing cold when you go back in the hotel because you're
Uh-huh.
soaking wet.
And you're wrapped in a
Mhm.
wet towel because it's not dry from the last
And
time you
then probably begged
swam.
to go back the next day and had to put a wet bathing suit back on because we'd been in it the night before. Oh, so much
Yeah.
fun.
It was still dripping in the
Shower.
bathroom. Yeah, in the shower. That's funny.
I don't know. That
And
was just something that popped into my mind that made me
that
laugh.
was probably my number one, like, I would just be in heaven if I was getting to go swimming. I love to go
Hmm.
swimming. And I had a neighbor with the pool, and whenever she probably invited me 3 times ever, but you would have thought I'd won the lottery. I would just, oh, it was so much fun.
I mean, I
And
wish
then,
we had money to have a pool because I literally invited
yeah.
myself to my friend's house last week who has a nice pool. I'm like, can I come over?
Well, I mean, I'm not a good one to, I would love to have a pool, but I don't want
It's a
to take
lot of
care of it.
work. Yeah, it's a
I don't
lot of
want to take
work.
care of it.
But I mean, I
Mm-mm.
also, as a child, was down for the day you got to run through the sprinkler, because also
Yes.
we did it often, but it wasn't something you were just out there doing every day because the water bill would be an arm and a leg, right? But you'd have
I
that,
know.
the sprinkler that back then they didn't have the cutesy
Yeah.
sprinkler. So you just had the one that went,
It was like a rainbow thing. Not a rainbow, but
well, it was the one that
yeah.
oscillated back and forth. And then if you
Yeah.
touched it, it would go,
Yeah. It had a little
dial
finger
on
on
it.
it.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And
And
if you had to
what we
get it, you were getting soaked in the head, to
right.
adjust your.
We like to barely turn the water on, and my brother would do this. He'd say, "Go over there and move it. It's getting too muddy right there." And then he's over at the spout, and then I'm in face looking at it, got my face down in it. And what do y'all think happened? He would crank that water, and it'd go up my nose, and
Oh,
I'd
good,
be like,
good times.
having a fit. But yeah, you'd have to move it because the spot where you had it would get muddy.
And you just run and jump through it like you were.
Yeah, like what were
Well, it
we
was
thinking?
hot, so you were just
It was
excited to
hot.
not be hot.
That is true. That is true.
And we did it for our
This
kids. We'd roll out the sprinklers and the freaking slip and slide.
Oh yeah, the sprinklers changed a lot. Now they have, I think when my kids were little, they had the octopus, the one with all the arms and the
Hmm.
water squirt out of every arm,
Well,
which
they
was
got all
very
kinds of
cute.
sprinklers now.
Oh yeah. I like the old school, just Rainbird brand that does the little, I don't know what
Yeah.
you call
I mean, your
that.
grass was getting watered at the same time. So, double,
True.
double benefit.
Working fun.
And I'll say I like the slip and slide, but also I hated the slip and slide. As an
It's a
adult,
lot.
setting it up,
Yeah.
I thought it was a hassle and you had to kind of anchor it into the ground and then, get the water on it. You had to hose them down so they could slide on it. But then when you picked it up, it was wet
Uh-huh.
plastic. The ground was gross.
The grass was yellow.
Yeah.
Somebody told us that somebody had the bright idea to put baby oil on it to make it even more slippery. Well, you can just imagine that's probably where my falling started. I would always slip on it, but it seems like no matter where we put it in the yard, I would always go across one sharp rock or something,
Well,
or an
yeah.
acorn or something. And didn't your son have a
Well, that was my
mishap?
speaking of bright ideas. It was we were, coming out of COVID and we hadn't been around each other much. It was the 4th of July. I was having my sister and her family over and my mom and dad. And the kids were, I mean, they were older. He was in probably ninth or 10th grade. I can't remember.
Yeah.
So I decided I'm going to do that. We have a huge yard, a mega slip and slide with like thick black plastic, and I'm going to hose it down and put soap on it. And they've been out there
Mhm.
like it's kind of bumpy because we live out and the ground is not great. I'm in there fixing food. Hadn't had a bite to eat. My sister comes in. She's like, um, Lewis has cut his arm and I think it's bad. So he doesn't even realize he's cut his arm. And my niece is like, Lewis, you're bleeding. Oh, yeah. He had done
Oh,
sliced open his arm real good right here from my bright idea of the slip and slide. So guess where I
no.
spent the rest of 4th of July? At
Oh,
the
yeah.
emergency room because people are wackadoodle on the 4th of July and they were packed.
Uh-huh.
There was
I
some guy.
remember,
Go
go
ahead.
ahead.
No, it was just some guy that kept passing by our door with a bloody bandage around his head. I'm sure he'd fallen off a boat and hit a rock or something. And I'm like, will you
Oh,
just stay in your
no.
room, sir?
Uh, well, I remember you sending me a picture of his arm, and of y'all just sitting there in your
Yep.
masks
In our
because
masks, because you had to wear masks.
mhm.
Yeah. Anyways, yeah.
Yeah, I
So
did I love to slip and slide, but I think the sprinkler is my number one. That and swimming, just swimming. But always got a sunburn. I don't care how much
oh yeah.
sunscreen you put on. We always got a sunburn.
Yeah. Well,
But
something else that doesn't have anything to do with swimming that we did as kids for years as a family. For those of you that are local, we used to have a theme park, Opryland. I think it's become kind of popular because Nate Bargatze talks about it a lot because he worked
yeah,
there, blah, blah, blah. I worked there. Everybody worked there. Okay.
I work
Yeah.
there. I have my name tag.
Yep.
I still have my
I
name
think mine is
tag.
in I hope I still have mine. I worked there more than once, but we had family passes, and there were days my dad come home from working all day long. And they're like, "Come on, y'all, we're going to go to Opryland," and it would be evening. We'd
Oh,
probably eat an early
so
dinner, and
fun.
they were probably open to what 9, 10. I don't remember. We'd
Hmm.
go down there. We'd ride 2 or 3 rides. We'd watch a show. And we'd come home, and I used to love that. I was like, "Oh."
Hmm.
On the days they were like, "Y'all want to go to Opryland?" We're like, "Yeah," and but it wasn't an
Yeah.
all day thing. We would because we had passes. We could go whenever we wanted. But oh, I
It was
loved doing that.
wonderful. Well, we would go to, and I distinctly remember my dad would take myself and my brother because, or would take me and my brother because I guess my mother was like, get them out of the house now. And he was always dad, but he loved the shows.
Mm-hmm.
While
My
he sat
grandparents
at one
did
of
too.
the shows, I could go to the kiddie ride area
Yeah.
and ride the rides by
Yep.
myself. I mean, it was just glorious.
I mean, thinking back to when I worked there. So I worked there in high school briefly, and then I went back and worked there in college, and I was there for a while. That's where I worked up until I got a teaching job. There were people that would buy their kids passes. Now, I don't mean little kids, but middle school
Yeah.
and high schoolers and drop them off in the morning and go to work. And they were legit there until their
All
parents got
day.
off work and picked them up. And that was their babysitter for the day. And you could do that back
And
then because it was a safe
it
place to hang
was,
out.
it was
They,
safe. It
mhm.
was. And I recently saw, it's funny you said that. I saw an old film or an old video of the leaning room or something.
The
And
Tilton Hilton.
the Tilton Hilton, and we'd get in there and we knew it, and you'd have to walk sideways, and the girl would do her demonstration, and the ball would roll up
Yep. The cans would roll up
table.
out of the window.
The
Well, it was also
cans would
the only
roll.
place with air conditioning unless you're in one of the theaters.
Yes, but you're talking about hot because you
They'd put that
walk.
chair up on the wall and sit on it. Oh,
Uh-huh.
yeah.
And 4 miles between where you wanted to go and where you were. And so,
Yeah.
yes. And I love the magic store or the magic
Hmm.
shop because we'd go in there and always look at the fake vomit. I don't know
Yeah.
why, but
They
it's
had
always
fake
very,
vomit.
very
Okay, I
interesting.
always wanted I never had one, but I wanted the cowboy hat that had the whistle on the thing. You remember?
Oh,
It was like the string and it had a
with the
whistle
red and
light.
white
Yeah.
string. Yeah, yeah.
And I also wanted that stupid
The
dog
dog, the
dog
dog
leash.
leash. Yes, the invisible dog walker.
I never had one of these either. And if I did have it, I have no recollection. The ginormous tissue paper flowers.
Oh, help me.
Do you remember
But what
those?
is, yes, but what are you going to do if it
Well, I
starts
just thought they were
raining?
cool. Well, yeah,
They
that's true.
were, but
When I worked there,
oh,
they put me in that I worked in gift shops, and one of our gift shops was over in New Orleans area. And it was that stand where you can have those roughly umbrellas painted with something. And they were like, okay, you're going to paint
oh.
umbrellas. And I'm like, what? I don't know how to do this. And I was like, I feel bad for these poor people paying for this stupid crap umbrella that I've now got to
uh,
doodle their name on with a heart or flower or something.
yeah, yeah.
Oh my gosh. So funny.
Oh dear. Well, I just remember we would all go find the water fountain. There was a fountain somewhere, like
Hmm.
just a
Yeah.
in the middle of the park.
I think
And
it
we
was up near the front when you came in.
Yeah, and we'd always sit near it and reach our hand in and stuff, but whenever you got to where you couldn't get your breath another minute, you'd ride the log ride, Flume Zoom.
The
and
flume zoom.
get soaking wet, and then you walked around like and looking around like, yeah, I'm wet.
Yeah, why did
Like it
you
was a
why
big
did we think
deal.
that was cool?
I don't know. Like I wrote, I'm in my clothes and they're all wet. Okay, whoop de doo. It was so stupid.
Okay,
We
I'm
were
gonna tell a funny
idiots.
story on my mom. She'll kill me. I don't know why, but I was working there, and apparently she's like, "Well, I'll get me a little job down there, make a little extra money." And they put her on the flume zoom one day and made her climb the top to the top of it. She's like, "Yeah, I'm not coming back." I mean, I'm like,
What?
you have to walk all the way up it. I guess they
Yeah.
would inspect it.
Oh,
I didn't work rides. My sister did some, but I worked in mostly the junk and the gift shops, which was
I worked at one of the roller coasters, on the indoor roller coaster.
oh
That was
that oh wait,
later.
what was that called? The
Couldn't tell you.
oh,
It was
I've got a
neon,
book.
and
Yes, and you put 3D glasses on to ride it. I've got a book about
I
how
don't
long
know
they
about
back
that.
there. Oh, and it was like tick, tick, tick. It talked to
I
you when
don't
you're going up to it.
know.
Oh
I don't
man,
remember.
when the what was the other raft ride? The Grizzly River Rampage. When that came
Yes, I
along,
loved it.
boy, we thought we were hot to trot to ride that too. And you'd get on it and
No,
get
no.
soaked.
Yeah, but it was more fun to stand on the bridge, not to ride it, but
Oh,
to
that was
stand
that
on
big
the
thing that came
bridge.
down. Yeah.
Yeah, and when it came down, it would splash everybody standing on the
I didn't like
bridge.
that ride. Do you remember before? So that ride, I don't remember the name of it, but it was just a boat. It was full of people. And it went up, it turned the corner, and then it shot down a big
That
hill.
that was Grizzly
Now
River.
the
Oh
Grizzly River
no,
Rampage were the round
were the
ones, and you were in
round
the
one,
rapids, remember?
and they would bump into the
But
mountains. Yeah,
before the big boat that just went straight down the hill, there was a
yeah.
boat ride there when we were little, and you'd get in them. They were
Mhm.
like log boats, and they had little covers, and they were automated, and you just trotted around the little lake there.
I don't remember those. I
Oh my
remember
gosh.
loving the little old timey cars, the
The
Tin
Tin
Lizzie.
Lizzies. Don't
Yes,
you know
and
those people
like
that worked there were asphyxiated from the gas fumes?
they were, and you would push the pedal, but then what I loved, I would let go of it. Like, look, I'm not driving. I'm not holding the steering wheel, and it would jerk you back because it
You
had a
hit that
metal
thing in the
piece.
middle.
Yeah, it had a metal
And the
rail in
guys
the
working there would
middle.
hop on it and hit the
Yeah.
pedal and move you up. No bumping, it said. No bumping.
Yeah, no bumping.
We didn't eat a lot while we were there because it was probably expensive. But every
Mm.
now and then, they were probably terrible. But they'd have a whole cart of them full of ice, and you'd pick like the grape. It'd be a grape plastic container, and you drink the juice out
Yeah.
of it.
Yeah, I always liked the popcorn cart
Oh, the
was
popcorn
fun.
was good. Yeah.
Smelled so good, but no, I didn't remember eating much there. I just thought I was watching movie stars on stage, would go to the
Hmm.
shows. And here's the saddest part of my entire life, that I can actually sing all of the I Hear America Singing you at the what was it, theater, Lakeside Theater or
No, that was
something.
the country music. That was over in New Orleans. I don't remember.
Well, anyway, we know all the songs. It's
Well, there was For
pretty
Me and My
famous.
Gal was over in that other theater. I loved it because they wore the long dresses and had
The
the
flappers
umbrellas.
and
And then on I Hear America Singing, they did that.
that's it.
Yes, they did that number where they were like, "I'm a Yankee Doodle Dandy," and they
Dandy,
had the red, white, and blue
Yankee.
skirts, and they tap danced, and I
Yeah.
was obsessed.
How about I hear America singing, I
I
hear
hear
America
America
singing, I
singing, I
hear
hear
America
America singing.
singing. And I mean, and then the age of Aquarius that they would
With
do
the
at the
gold,
end.
they had the
They
gold.
had,
I had a jazz costume like that one time. I was like, "Look, I look
yeah,
like the people at Opryland."
they had fringe hanging off of their
Mhm.
arms, and they would go la and do their arms out, and all that fringe was hanging. It was sparkly. I just loved it. And I had seen it about 60 times.
Oh,
There I
you'd sit
was,
there
like
and
they were
stare at it like
like
we've never seen it
like
before.
maybe they have a new number they've added. I don't
On For
know.
Me and My Gal, and that was over in a theater, kind of in a weird part of the park. And we've talked about this for a long time, but they would bring down a curtain and you'd sing, "Shine on sunshine on harvest moon up
I
in
don't
the
remember.
sky. And the little ball would bounce. I ain't
Oh,
had no love and since January, February, June, or
February.
July. And the audience, you got to participate. The little ball would
Oh
bounce.
dear.
I
I
saw that a
liked
time or 200 too.
I t- well, I don't remember that one. I liked the merry-go-round because the lily pads were so
Hmm.
cool. And right beside that was a little, I don't know if it was wasn't a comedian, but they would they would pick a kid from the audience and you could come up and touch the animal. They were like they bring
Oh
an
yeah.
animal out
Well,
and
they had
do a
that one
little.
theater in the kid area there, and you could there was like a magician sometimes or
That's
a
what it was.
clown or something. I don't remember.
Yeah, that's what it was. Lord have
Whoo!
mercy.
Man, I hope Nate Bargatze brings this theme park back before I'm dead one day so I can go.
I know, I know. Any thinking about doing it in East Tennessee or?
I don't know. But he has said he's got like people working on it and stuff. So let's go, Nate. Get that theme park going,
Yeah.
buddy.
Well,
Um
speaking of summer
mhm.
memories, I just bought my grandson the blue plastic Dollar General Kmart swimming pool, and he absolutely loves it. But we just have it in the den, and he'll
Yeah,
put toys in, crawl back out, pull toys out, throw them in, throw them out, and he's just had the best
yeah.
time with.
Paid
I
$10 for it
love
probably, if that.
it was exactly 10. And I just loved we would take the hose and fill it up out, just splash around and be
You
full of
you have
grass.
the perfect area to do this, and you need an umbrella or something out there though for some shade. But
I've got one.
on your big concrete pad where you used to have the
Yeah.
basketball goal. When Lewis was little, our house had a concrete driveway. Like we have aggregate now, but we had a concrete driveway, and I would get out there and I would use chalk and draw roads and parking places, and he'd get out there and
Yeah.
drive his little cars and trucks
Yes.
all up and down the road and
That's so
pretend and
cute.
whatnot. It's so fun.
It
What were
is.
some of changing the subject real quick? Some of your favorite summertime snacks?
Oh yes, we must speak of food. Um,
Of course.
well, my dad would take us, I don't know why or what. Again, mom probably said, all of y'all out. And we would walk down the street to this church parking lot. And I remember I was driving or riding my big wheel, and my brother had his bicycle. And then not too far from that was a little market. And we'd walk to that market. And I thought, it would be like me getting Dunkin' Donuts or something, but I would get those wax bottles with probably one dropper full of green liquid in them, or blue or
Sorry.
red, and they came in a little pack. And I would, quote, drink all my bottles and then chew on the wax all the way home. It was so stupid. I don't know what,
I was telling
why
her I
I
have
liked
never
them.
had wax candy.
Oh,
Never. I
well,
don't think I knew
don't
what to do with
bother.
it.
Don't bother. I mean, it just left me even more thirsty. It was terrible.
Oh,
And my brother always got the candy cigarettes, which I thought tasted horrible.
they were not good.
I don't know why we thought that was cool, and we would do
They were chalky,
the.
like they
They
weren't even
were,
yummy. They were gross.
and kind of licorice mint or
Yeah,
something.
I
I don't
can't
even know
remember. I
what the
just remember that
flavor.
they felt icky when you touched them.
They
But
were
yeah,
powdery,
you
but
used
they
to be able
had
to buy
that.
candy cigarettes, people, and give them to your
Yeah,
children.
and they had a red tip. It probably ran through a machine, and it
Red
just looked
dye.
yeah, because it looked like it was on fire.
I don't
It
remember
was
like
silly.
well, I used to like to get and this is a story for my mom to tell and but apparently I like to go to some little market near our house and get ices.
Oh,
Because
love
back then you just didn't get
ices.
ices everywhere. Like now you got them at the gas stations. Target used to have them all the time. And I mean, back
Mhm.
then my stomach could tolerate a giant cup full of sugar.
Yeah,
I always wanted the Coke flavored one was my favorite.
that that's the one.
Um,
That or cherry.
I like cherry and
My
Coke, but
favorite.
if I got to pick, I wanted the Coke one because for some reason
Hmm.
it felt less sweet.
Yeah.
But I like to do that. And then when I was older, I worked at Kmart, and Kmart at the time had a snack bar, y'all.
Yeah.
and I had to fix ices. And I'll tell you what, that machine can be tricky. And you put the little dome lid on it, and then you stick the hole up underneath there, and the next thing you know,
Yeah.
you've shot icy out everywhere. You got to really control that little. That's why I
I
couldn't believe we're
know.
just self-serving ices at Target.
Well, my brother always on the cup you would get would have these little icy coupons. It was the icy bear. And after you drank your icy, you would just cut out the two little coupons like you were saving a box top years
Mm-hmm.
ago. And he always, and so of course he was always had to outdo me. So because he was older, so he'd have a baggie with like 1,000 in them, and I'd have my 7 over here. But you could mail them in and get a free icy bear plush
Yeah.
or a pair of sunglasses or whatever. Well, he always got all the. He was always saving for the. I guess it was a ride on icy bicycle or something because he had a million of those things. You know, the top prize. But yeah,
I
I
feel
never
like there
got
was
anything.
always a pitcher of Kool-Aid when we were kids in the house, like the big plastic pitcher.
Absolutely.
And you'd buy the packet of
Yep.
Kool-Aid, and then you dump all the sugar in it. Oh, that was good.
It was a lot. It was. It was really good. And we played outside
Oh yeah,
all the
all the
time.
time.
I mean, we would swing, we would ride our bikes, we would play in the creek, we would all the things. I mean
Uh-huh.
that I'm hoping I can do with my grandson
Yes, you
because
will.
it
You
was
will.
priceless.
Yeah.
Priceless. I did like the candy necklaces too,
Oh yeah, those were good.
because you walk around with it in your mouth and
Yeah. That
you're
was kind of when those came out, I thought that was pretty nifty.
great.
You mentioned now laters,
Now
whatever you
laters,
laters, but they
yeah.
would pull your fillings out.
Yeah, that's why I have cat crowns on my molars now.
Well, we've only got 6.5 minutes.
What?
This time has flown, but one more topic that we'll go over really quick that happens in the summer that most of us have probably experienced or been a part of is VBS at church.
Yes,
And we were
yes.
chatting, and I said, well, when I was a kid, I'd go to VBS at my grandparents' church, and it was during the day, and it was just a little small country church. You'd go for the
Yep.
week, and then at the end of the week, your parents could come and you'd do your little
Yeah.
presentation or whatever.
He would
So,
sing or yeah.
just like we did, our kids went to VBS and da 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 da. So I was telling Carol this is a funny adult VBS story, but Lewis always went where we go to church when he was a kid. And so because he was there, I would volunteer because I was like, well, I got to take you
Of
anyways.
course.
And so I think this was probably the last year I volunteered, and he was old enough to be a volunteer at this point, right? So I was like,
Yeah.
well, he couldn't drive yet. I'll take you. I'll volunteer. So I have this group of girls. They
Yeah.
were elementary age. And some of them went to school where I worked. And we're sitting there in the sanctuary, and the teenagers are putting on a little play or whatnot. And I think they were
Right.
saying something about, I will follow Jesus, I will follow Jesus, and getting the kids to shout it back.
Yeah.
This one little girl in my group, she leans over to me and she's so upset and she's dead serious. And she says, so and so said she is not going to follow Jesus. And this kid was difficult.
Oh.
She was being difficult for the sake of, she was like that at school. She was there. And I just said, honey, we're just not going to worry about her. We're not going to worry about her. If she doesn't want to follow Jesus, she doesn't have to. But it was upsetting this little girl that she was saying
Yeah.
she wasn't going to do it. So when this girl heard me say that, she goes, fine, I'll follow him. Like,
Oh.
oh, don't do us any favors, honey. But anyways,
Uh-uh.
that was my last. I was like, I think I'm done with
Yes.
VBS after this.
Oh, Lord.
I
My
for
son is actually volunteering right now, and
Good
he
for
walked
him.
in. He walked in. He does the games every
Oh
year.
yeah.
He walked in the other night, and he had on a giant safari sombrero. It had a rainforest thing on it. I said, "What are you doing?" He had all his gear,
Oh yeah,
but
their theme must be safari this year.
or rainforest. But yeah,
That's
he
funny.
really likes it. It's
I
fun.
mean,
But
it was
yeah,
fun, but then I remember I'm like, I think it's time for somebody else. Like there are hundreds of people that go to the
yes,
VBS. I'm like, somebody else's parents can need
I
to, it's time to take a
know.
turn. So I
It
retired from
is.
volunteering
Yeah.
at VBS.
Yeah. I did it several years as well when my
Yeah.
kids were little. But
Yeah.
anyway, Well, this probably a million more summer topics, but I want everybody to not make a fist. We want you to start a list and
We
keep
want
those
you to
comments
share our
coming.
podcast.
Yes, we did. We did get some more shares, so thank
Okay.
y'all very much.
Yes, we appreciate it. And we hope you enjoyed our summertime memories. And
Yes.
we'll see you next time.
All right. Take
Bye,
care. Bye bye.
guys.